Okay. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Looks like I'm live. Okay, so let me check. Everybody can hear my sound? Okay, how about now? Can someone please write on the chat if they can hear my sound perfectly so that we can get started? Markets have already opened, so it's the first minute. I think you should be able to hear my sound. Okay, perfect. Uh, let's get started then. Looks like we have a pre-market low over here. Okay, almost around all-time highs. So today is February 14th and we are almost near all-time highs. Let's look at the book map. So far all good. No big candles, no big zones. Okay, so cool. Let me share my daily perspective so that we can get started with the analysis. Okay, so as you can see, this is the daily chart. We are right now just hovering around all-time highs. Okay. Pretty usual open today. Like not many, um, you know, surprises over here. Let's look at the delta. 5-minute charts hovering around the VWAP. So right now this is the scenario. The delta is going down heavily. This is the first minute of the candle and let's see. So far looks okay to me. So this is the 60-minute time frame. So the value would be around 22,060. Ideally, I would like a retracement, but so this is my 5-minute charts and I don't see huge, opportunities right now. The price action right now is very far from both the pivot levels, that is the P0 and R1, that is this red line and this white line. So right now price action is in the middle of nowhere. So ideally we will wait for 15 minutes. The VWAP is getting approached. So let me also show you the bookmap liquidity charts. So looks like the sellers are dominant right now. If I go to 60 minutes and then if I go to 30 minutes, the same thing. So let it digest for the first 15 minutes, and then we'll see what to do. Should we short? Should we go long? But as traders, we need to be very careful, um, because let me show you this. We are already hovering around all-time highs. So the all-time high was 539, and right now we are at 535. So already near all-time highs. So we need to be very cautious at these zones, because it can reverse anytime. So this is my 5-minute candle chart of QQQ. Let's see if we have any news. I suppose we had some news. Let me check. So this is my economic calendar. Okay, so we have news in 30 minutes. That's the thing. Okay. So we have to be mindful of that. So 7 o'clock, there is news. So 10 o'clock in the Eastern time. So as always, I'm going to draw the first 15-minute range once the 15 minutes gets over, because it's going to give us a really good perspective of what's going on. So let's see if we can find some good quality trades and take 15, 20 or 10 points move. If we can capture that, then that would be good early in the session, because we don't have a lot of volatility today unless something comes from Washington, White House, regarding any interview of Trump or any tariff announcements. But so far today is very, very stable. So I expect just a normal price action today. So anybody in the chat, can you please confirm that you can hear me properly? Any viewers, so that we know that live stream is working perfectly. Can someone confirm in the chat, please? Looks like okay, all good Advait. Thanks so much, Manas. Thank you. All right, so let's start searching for opportunities. So this is the liquidity chart, and right now we are just hovering around the VWAP, as you can see over here. That is for those who don't know what is VWAP, it's volume weighted average price. So that is what institutions use a lot. So I just track it on my chart and see. Thanks, Manas, for confirming. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Okay, so looks like for the first 10 minutes there is no action, not a clear sign of any visible trend. Let me show you the delta as well. So over here in the 5-minute chart, in the first candle, delta went down, signifying that there was huge selling pressure. But in the next candle itself, the delta is recovering. So this is a kind of a very choppy sideways market. So as long as there is no visible trend, I won't take any trade. I need a confirmation or a good evidence of either side being dominant. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, so this is basically 5-minute chart. Let me also see the volume profile. So each candle over here is 5-minute candle, and the graph that you histogram that you see is the volume profile. So you can see over here like the maximum volume has occurred over here and over here. So this is why I have highlighted that. So this is the third 5-minute candle, and I'm just waiting for the first 15 minutes so that I can draw the range of the 15 minutes, and then we can actually judge which side is positive, and we can take it from there. So let's see. So this is the 5-minute candle, normal standard layout of my chart. And let me see what, okay, so we have a news in 20 minutes in the first 7 o'clock, so 10 o'clock in the New York time. So since there is a huge gap between both of these pivot levels, so from the white line to the red line, this is the first pivot zone. It is 231 points, so I don't expect any one of them to hit, but what I would love to see is a test of this white line, that is P0 line, of the pivot level, for us to take a good quality long position. So that is what I expect. But if it goes above and tests the R1 resistance zone, then it would be a very risky trade. So I might take a scalp here and there, but even if I do, I'll share my screen and I'll share the insights, like why am I doing it. But right now, out of position, because it's only the first 15 minutes of the session, so there is no point in hurrying and taking any impatient trades. So let the markets present the opportunity, and then we can take it from there. QQQ are in control, range charts. So I wanted to show the viewers this thing, which is very, very powerful. So let me show you this. You might have seen normal candlesticks charts, right? So this is a feature from TradingView. It is a footprint chart. Essentially what it shows is the amount of transactions that happened on each level, and the yellow bar, the yellow highlighted area is the area or a price where maximum amount of volume took place. So when you actually zoom in and dissect each and every candle like this, it tells you where the actual action is taking place. It tells you who were dominant. So for example, over here it shows you delta, it shows the volume, it shows each and every level. So this is kind of dissecting each candle. And for those who don't know, this is footprint charts. This layout is called as footprint layout. So it gives good insight of what is happening, as opposed to normal candlesticks charts. So the normal candlesticks charts looks like this, right? It doesn't give me a lot of information like where in the candle major amount of volume took place. So over here it shows all of that. So just wanted to share this footprint chart. All of these features are in TradingView. You might need a premium TradingView subscription for most of these features, but there is a free version available as well, which you can test it out and see if that helps you right in your trading journey. Okay, the good news is almost for the first 15 minutes is over, and it's time to draw the range. So let us draw the first 15-minute range. So looks like this is the range, right? And I'm going to draw the top of the range, the median of the range. So this is the median line, this is the top, and this is the bottom. Okay, so all good. So now we have a clear perspective of, where the day is or where the price action is in relation to the bulls and bear thesis. So according to this 15-minute range, right now the markets are weak. It is in the bottom half of the 15-minute range. So I'm kind of cautious, going long. So I wouldn't go long because if it reclaims the median line, if it reclaims the top of the range, then it makes sense to go long. But if it doesn't, then I would look for consecutive closes below this yellow line. So if it closes consecutively below this yellow line, then I would be interested in going short. But given that we are almost near all-time highs, it's very hard to go long. So my natural instincts tells me to go short, but without confirmation I can't. So that's the discipline rule. So let's see what market has in store for us. So looking at this is a really good confirmation. Let me show you this screen as well. So looking at delta, market's price action is right now sideways. But if you look at the delta is constantly going down. So there is no doubt that the selling is happening, unless buyers step in and eliminate the entire selling and go up. So there is no doubt that there is a huge amount of selling happening over here. It is not visible in the price action, but if you see the delta, it is really visible, and it is also visible in the bookmap chart. So if you see over here, 6:30 the market started, and you can see the delta is going down, right? So it is visible over there as well. And if you want to look at the total delta, then it's in negative territory right now. So that's one of the key things to observe, right? So on bookmap, I don't see huge levels either on the upside nor on the downside. So if I go to 60-minute time frame, then there is no huge levels that we saw yesterday. So high liquidity zones, I don't see it right now. Crazy candle, right? So look at this. So 32 points, 33 points candle, almost approaching 30 points candle. So eliminated the entire selling over here. But my question is, if it sustains this level, and if we get a pullback near the midpoint of the day, then that would be a good sign. But right now, market started at 6:30, and it is right now over here. It is just chopping. It is just going sideways. There is no clear trend over here. So that is where I'm coming from. In the absence of clear trend, there is no meaning to trade heavily or get into the position. And if you look at the liquidity charts, right, if you look at the bookmap charts, you can see the order book is very, very thin today. So what do I mean over here? Like normally near the price action, there is a huge volume. Like the color of these areas near the price action is dark, right? But today it's like very, very light. So the order book is quite thin today. The only possible good level that I see is over here, that is 22,068. That is the only high liquidity zone that I see over here. But apart from that, I don't see any big levels. So all I see is 22,068 over here, which is the resting liquidity. But on the upside, I don't see big levels on the upside. Yep, searched for almost 200 points above, but not able to find. So looks like market wants to give us the breakout over here. So this is, if this closes above the, the median line, that is the white dashed line, then this would be the second consecutive close above that. So according to my rules, I would be forced to take a long, because whatever my emotion is, so today the emotion is like I am very hesitant going long since we are near all-time highs. But if I get the evidence from chart, then I would trust the chart more than my gut feelings. So but for that I need confirmation, right? So for that I need the evidence in the chart. So over here, if it closes consecutively above the median line, then that would be a good entry point. All the traders out there, any thoughts, any questions, any concerns, any doubts in the chart, please let me know. Okay, so one of the good things that have happened over here is you can see the delta has completely recovered. So if you see over here, it went down for the first 15 minutes and then completely recovered. Not only recovered, broke the previous highs. So that is a really, really good sign. So let me see if I can grab some long opportunities on my trading portal. So let's see. It is about to approach the 15-minute high range. So I'm just searching for a good entry price. Normally 22 128 would be good, but let's see. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to let this candle complete and then decide to take a trade. So I'm kind of thinking that let this candle finish, because since this is a 5-minute candle, let me show you that. So this candle, right? So this was the first close above the median line of the 50-minute range, and this is the second candle. So I'm kind of searching for a nice retrieval and then capture the upside. So I would be interested around 122 or 128. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll just try to capture a good entry. So I just put my limit order at 122 and I'm targeting 5 to 10 points. So let's see how it goes. But so far the pullbacks look good, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get filled, but let's see. I have put my order on 122. I think I should enter a position, but let's see. I'm just hoping it comes to my price first. So the candle is about to finish in 30 seconds. Let's see. I think I'll be filled. 24 is not a bad option either, but let's see. Man, left with only 2 points. So I still want to wait for the price to get filled, because the very reason is this: the 5-day EMA right now is sitting at 122. If we can fill that, then that would be great. So let's see. And also there was a news in 5 minutes, so to be honest, I will cancel this order because there is a news in 4 to 5 minutes. So I just forgot about that. So you can see over here there is a news in 3.5 minutes, so we should expect at least some big action. And I'm kind of I want this median line to get filled, so let's see if it can, and that is around 112. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have my limit order set at 22,112, and the reason is over here you can see the median line over here is 114. So I want to get filled around here if the market goes down because of the news. So I also showed you the news over here. So we have news in 3 minutes. So right now nothing in the market can be regarded as a very high conviction zone. So what I'm going to do is I have already set my limit order over here. So let's see how it goes. If it gets filled, then that would be a really good price to go long. So, and then we'll take it from there. So but yeah, so far I've just put my limit order at 112, and I hope to get filled within the next 5 or 10 minutes, because the news is in 2 minutes. So, and also let's see the liquidity charts. So for the news, yep, the VWAP is around 102. Delta is holding up fairly well right now, so the benefit of doubt should go to bulls because it's holding up fairly well. So over here it reclaimed all the levels, and then right now it's just chopping around. I see a big resistance at 150, 22,150, and let me show you that. So over here you can see the red line, red zone near here. But yeah, so far I just want to get filled at 112. Not sure if I will, but let's see. Because the last thing as a trader you want is to push yourselves and take FOMO trades. So that is not what we want. So it tested the 5-day EMA fairly quickly in this candle. So let's see, over here it just tested the 5-day EMA on this candle, but only because the news is going to get released in 2 minutes or 30 seconds. That is why I am not taking that trade near the 5-day EMA. Let's see if we can get filled. Okay, so far news is acting fairly well. So far, no major reaction of the news. The price action is looking quite choppy over here. So far, the chances are more on the downside rather than upside. The more longer it takes to breach the 15-minute high, the better the chances would be of, going down. So, okay, delta is coming down fairly well. So over here, you can see delta is coming down fairly well. Looks like I will get filled over here. Let's see. Very close to getting filled. Yep, got filled over here. And now let's see if we can grab, let's say, 5 or 10 points. So I will set my target to 22. So I got in at 112, that is 12. Okay, so delta is going down heavily. So let me show you that. It gave back all the gains and now it's going down heavily. So we have to be very, very cautious. So at this point, what I can do is either I can do a break-even trade, or what I can do is I can set a conservative target of 100 or $105. So I set the target at 118. Let's see if we can breach it. And that wouldn't be a bad trade either because we will be able to capture 6 points. So let's see if we can do that. So that would be a $120 profit in the equivalent 6 points. So yep. So guys, the first trade of the day, and it was a really good profit. So let me share my reason and rationale and what I did, right? So over here you can see that I took a trade at 112 and I exited at 118, right? And what was the reason? What was I thinking? So the reason why I took that trade is because around 112 over here you can see this median line. So what I wanted is ideally the markets when it went up, it should test this zone and then decide what it should do, right? That is why I draw this 15-minute ranges every single day, every day. These was the first thing. Now when I see that delta was becoming heavily negative, so over here you can see that it went up and then at one point it gave back everything. So you see the wick over here, so it gave back everything. So I was kind of cautious that my thesis might be wrong. So what I did is I set a target of 10 points earlier. So what I did is I reduced that target, and I thought if I can get out by 5 to 6 points, then that would be, amazing, and that would take a lot of risk off the table. So that's exactly what I did, and now the markets are just going up. So no regrets, like there's no regrets. All I'm saying is the management of the position has to happen in real time and looking at real data, right? So over here now it looks like, okay, delta is not that big of a problem since it created a wick. But when I was in position and when I saw that it was about to eliminate the previous lows, that is a red flag. So if my thesis is going long, then the confirmation should come from the evidence, right? So that is what I was thinking, and yeah, so far not a bad day. Started with a reasonable, humble, small winner of 6 points. So when you cut the commission of the futures contracts, it comes down to 115 over here, and that gets replicated across 5 accounts. So really not a bad day. So yeah, let's search for the next few trades. But this was the complete rationale behind my trade and behind my, modifying the target price. So yeah, just wanted to share the learnings and the thought process behind the trade, so that when people listen to this live stream, right, they should exactly know what is going on in my mind, so that I want to teach people how to make pizza rather than giving them the pizza, right? So that this is why this channel is all about. So now let's look at the liquidity charts and see if we have any opportunities. So it's only like half an hour of the session from the opening session, and so far we are just getting a choppy price action. And when I say choppy price action, I mean that the markets are still in the first 15-minute range, so there is no evidence of dominance from either side, nor from the bulls nor from the bears. So that thing needs to be heard, and we need to be cautionary over here, because you can see that neither the bulls are able to take the market up and neither the bears are able to bring the market down. And coming from my experience, Friday, you can see over here, like this Friday we don't have any major market moving news. So there is a very little chance for the markets to go down heavily, unless there is a news from Washington or about the tariffs or some sudden news conference held by White House executives. Then that would cause a problem. But right now I don't see a cause of concern. So that's my take. And now, since we are starting to go and above and closing above this 15-minute range, the benefit of doubt and the theme of the day will change to bullish. So just wanted to be very clear that the evidence on the chart suggests bullish action, not bearish action. So anybody trying to short, be very cautious over here. And also let's look at the delta now. So delta also is holding fairly well, not reaching new highs, but holding fairly well, not going down either. So price action and delta looks like they are in sync right now. So what do you think about the first trade? Any thoughts on the first trade that we did? Any suggestions? I would love to engage with people. I hope you guys are having a good day. And so the price is approaching a very crucial resistance zone. Let me share that with you. So as you can see in the book map, there was this zone at 150 level over here, but looks like it got absorbed by bulls. So that was great actually. So over here you can see that this zone was sitting here since 6:45. So passive liquidity of selling was sitting here and it just got absorbed. So now the question um, is this passive selling enough to bring the markets down, or is it just one step ahead for the bulls? So let's see. But since this is a consecutive close above the 15-minute range, uh, it would not be a bad idea for me to search for a quality long position. So let's see how it reacts. Okay, so I just put my limit order at 148 and I'm thinking of getting out at 53.25 at $105. So let's see if I can grab this scalp real quick. Perfect, got it. So second trade of the day, guys, second trade of the day. So we were able to capture 5 points, and the reason why I did that is I just shared you this screen, right? This would be a second consecutive close above the 15-minute range, and since the candle retrieved to 148 level, so that was a good inverted hammer. Inverted hammer is basically when the wick gets firm above the body and the selling is dominant. So that is when I took the position. So you can see over here, my second trade was I went long at 148 and in 25 seconds I closed my position at 153. So 48 and 53, almost 5 points, 5.25 points. So because you might be thinking like, why am I trading only for 5 to 10 points? The reason is today we are hovering around all-time highs. So when you are not seeing a huge trend in either side of the market, why to take that much risk, right? And $100 is not a small amount, right? If you can get 3 to 4 good quality trades every day for 5 points, it's more than enough, right? I mean, at least for me it's more than enough. So that's what I think. So let's look at the book map liquidity. Looks like there is a resting liquidity at 138 over here, this zone. Let me zoom out a little bit and see what's going on. Okay, so this is from 6:30, and now we see an emergence of a new zone over here, 162. So as you can see over here, a new zone is being formed at 162. Yeah, but so far 2 quality trades, very short one, but yeah, happy with how the things have played. I could have chosen the micro contracts, but then that would be too much small position size. Because you can see over here, I have a buffer zone of almost 11.2k. So if even if I take one contract trade, then that would be good thing. Because you also have to remember, like, for futures contract, the points and the ticks calculation has to be very precise. So 1 point in Nasdaq contracts is worth $20. So if I capture 5 contracts, then it's $100. So that's okay. So looks like we have a new development in the chart. So price is retraced to the enter the 15-minute zone over here. So looks like there is a weakness. So we entered the chop zone again. So see, this is what I was talking about. Like, there is no clear visible trend in this day, and there is a high chances of chop fest, right? This is what I call chop fest. Like, we are, so since the start of the session, since 6:30, so it's almost around what, nearly 35-40 minutes. For the first 40 minutes, essentially the markets is just range bound between how many, 68 points. So within this 68 points, markets just hovering around. So the range is not big today, that's what I'm saying. And when the ranges are not big, uh, volatility is the food of traders. So you want those ranges to be big so that you can grab a piece of it, right? If the move is $100, if you can grab even $10-20, then that is the part of the move that you were able to capture, right? So that's what you want as traders. So going up again, forming a heavy wick or hammer, I would say. But we normally, when I look at candlesticks charts, the biggest learning that I have uh, done is, like, always trust the closing prices. Let the candle finish, and then take your analysis or opinion decision based on the closing candles, not the candle which is running right now. So it is very important to trust the closing prices as opposed to the running prices right now. So just wanted to show the delta. Delta is right now just holding on, not going down crazily, not going up crazily. So it is just holding up. Looks like it is dominant and going down right now, but let's see how much it can hold, right? So just to give you a perspective, we are very near to all-time highs. So this is the daily chart over here, and as you can see, the range of the day today is so small, right? So it's a very tight range today. And over here you can see a lot, almost all the major news for today is done. Business inventory is launched, so it's already done. So news wise we don't have a lot today, so that means ideally it should be stable. So any heavy sell-off that happens today will be absorbed by bulls very well. So that's my learnings or key takeaways from today. So the price action violated the first standard deviation over here that you can see. So we are approaching VWAP around 116. So that is the VWAP. So it would be very crucial to see if we can close below the VWAP, because if we did, then that would trigger a good selling. So I'm just waiting to see the reaction of price and the VWAP. So over here you can see this green line, this is the VWAP. So it would be very important for the bulls to hold this VWAP. And the same is true for the 5-minute chart. So over here you can see that VWAP, median line of the 15-minute range, 26 EMA, everything is falling in this zone. So let me show you that this zone is going to be crucial, right? But right now it's just in the middle chopping around. So right now I don't have any uh, good reason or a good quality trade. So I will wait patiently and let's see. So just remember, guys, that next week on Monday, it's holiday, so it's an early market close for the futures traders, futures session traders. So I think it's going to close in the first 3 hours. So be mindful of that for the people who will be trading on Monday. So just be mindful of that. Okay, looks like it wants to reclaim the first 15-minute low. So let's see if it can close above this 15-minute low. If it can close above this 15-minute low, then I would be thinking of going long, but it has to close above this 15-minute low. So far, EMA is an uptrend, and so far I don't see a structural issue. The only issue that I see is for the first few hours we are just chopping around. So anybody who is not disciplined or who doesn't get out on time will be spending a lot of time just tangled into the position. So I would rather take two small trades and get my profit, reasonable profit, than being in one trade and then waiting forever to play it out. So that is what I would do, and I think there's this that's the smart thing to do, because the less time you are in position, the better for your psychology, right? Um, so that is what I have learned. Any questions, any concerns, please put it in the chat so that I can give my thoughts on it, at least share my knowledge humbly. Let us also take a look at the liquidity chart or the book map. So this is the liquidity chart, and over here I don't see any big zones. So for anyone who is not familiar with this tool, basically this is a godfather of order flow trading technique. So people who trade shorter term see will immensely benefit from this software. The beauty about this software is the data for this software directly comes from exchange, and it is a MBO data. So basically I can actually look on all the levels of order book. So over here you can see, like, I can see all the levels where the sleeping liquidity is present. So it is directly coming from Chicago Board of Exchange. So this is the most trusted order flow data that's available in the market right now. So if you are a trader and you want immense information advantage, then I would highly recommend this software to you to gain the insights of where the passive participants are sitting. So that's the beauty of it. Okay, guys. So I think the close above the 15-minute range is very good, and I am again, would want to go long somewhere at a good price. So let's see. Because we have closed above this, and I would ideally want something around 142. So I just put my limit order at 142, and let's see if we can get filled. I'm not sure I will, given the strength of the market, but I want to be disciplined. Okay, so we got filled, guys. We got filled, and I have put my limit order at 47, targeting $100. So let's see if we can grab nice 5 points. Okay, perfect. So we were able to capture 5 points, and the reason why I did this is because, let me show you. So in the right chart over here, you can see this was the first close above the 15-minute range. So the thesis or the benefit of doubt should go to the bulls. Then what happens is we got a good retracement at this blue line, that is 5-day EMA. So what I did is I put my target buy price over here at 142. So let me show you the last trade. So over here you can see that at 142 I entered, and at 147.25, that is 5 points, I exited. And it gets even better and better, because you can see over here within 14 seconds we were able to capture 5 points. So if you see the three trades, we were able to net $315 profit, almost 5 point trades on every trade. So that's where I'm coming from. The only reason I got out very early with 5 points is because I have very low conviction to go long on a day where the markets is almost near all-time highs. So I'm very, very cautious, and I'm very, very conservative today. So that's how I would put it. But yeah, that was my rationale. Delta is also holding up fairly well. So over here you can see that the price action is going up, but at the same time delta is also going up. Delta is also recovering. Sure, it has huge red downturns, but at the same time it is also reclaiming those levels. So that is why I was comfortable taking a long trade over there. But as again I said, I want evidence from the chart. I want to eliminate as much emotions as possible. At the end of the day, I'm human, but this I want my trading to become process driven, as opposed to a gut inside feeling driven. So that's my effort. And the whole idea of live streaming is I want to show you in real time and document my journey, and show my mistakes as well, right? It's not that, so right now I'm going through a very good spell, but doesn't mean that there are no bad phases, right? So the more disciplined I become, the better my trading becomes. So that's how I would put it. And now let's get back to the charts, right? So as far as charts are concerned, the first 15-minute high, that is this yellow line, is getting tested right now. So let's see how it turns out. But right now, it's looking good for bulls. So let's see. And this is the beauty of taking high quality small trades, because you can see, and right now I'm out of all the positions, right? So any new development that happens right over here, I'm free to take those chances and positions, right? So let's say if you're stuck in the position, even if the market you know presents you a good opportunity, you won't be able to take it, right? So that is why I get out very quickly, to cash in those gains and be ready for the next one. So there may be traders who have approach of trading like 2 to 3 high quality trades, capturing huge moves. But then those days are different, right? Those days are trending days where you can actually take good positions. But for the days like these, right? For example, today we don't have a huge trend day, right? So it does make sense to book profits very quickly because we don't have a huge trend day. Over here, you can see we are just chopping around in the first 15-minute range. And also, that range is not that big enough as well. Like, if you see this first 15-minute range, it is what, 48 points? So 48 points on Nasdaq contracts is like very small move, right? So that's where my logic or insights are coming from. So I hope the viewers can relate to all these things that I'm talking about, because at some point of time in your trading career, you will exactly notice all of these things over and over again and again with the screen time. So the more screen time you have in the markets, the better you will see repeating patterns, right? So at least this is what I have observed. So what I see is, we are still stuck in the first 15-minute range, and looks like the markets wants to go down. But you know surprisingly, let me show you this. Surprisingly, the delta is not going down. So the prices are falling down, right? And surprisingly, the delta is holding up fairly well. So passive buying is still happening. But in these kind of scenarios where you have a divergence of proof, you have delta saying one thing, you have price action saying another thing, I would always trust the price action more. This is contrary to the belief that people say you should believe delta, but I believe in price more. So every trader has its own presumptions, but I believe more on price. So looks like there is a heavy weakness over here, and if we are able to break out below this zone, so over here you can see this was a really good support, right? If we close below this zone, then it will be an invitation to test the bottom of the range. So yep. So this zone is very important for the bulls to hold. If it doesn't hold and closes consecutively below this zone, then it's a short entry over here, for me at least. Okay, so price just tested the VWAP, so let me show you that chart as well. So over here you can see that price has tested VWAP for the first time since last 30 minutes. So it would be important to see this interaction, because if this VWAP can hold, great, but if it doesn't, then I anticipate a move at least till 22,070, the second standard deviation. So it's very important for this green line to hold. So just wanted to, and remember, you can do all of these things in TradingView as well. Okay, so in TradingView, over here, right, you go to 5-minute charts, and you can do all of these. You can see all of these formulas that I'm doing, like anchored VWAP, and um, um, the standard deviations and everything. So I have prepared a template over here, and let me show you that. So you can see over here the color scheme and all the first standard deviation, second standard deviation, everything you can see over here. So the things that I'm showing, it's possible in TradingView as well. The very reason I have different tools is because I don't trust the TradingView's data. So as I said, I want actual proprietary data that is coming from exchange and tick based data. So TradingView has different tiers and it doesn't have a tick based data. So that's why I don't trust TradingView's data. But I believe they are working on a offering for the tick based data as well, because these things, processing from an engineering standpoint, takes a hell lot of resources. So just to give you a perspective, I'm running all of this in the maxed out M2 Max Apple MacBook Pro, and still it gets heat up. So these kind of softwares, real time processing, takes a lot of processing power. So be mindful of those things. So as you can see in Bookmap, right, even if I zoom out, it takes few microseconds to calibrate and learn, right, even after having such maxed out spec MacBook Pro, right. So it's very compute heavy. These tools are very compute heavy because they have to process real-time trades and real-time so much data, and then calculate all these formulas and all those things. So just wanted to put out there that if you are doing really hardcore trading, especially scalping, then you will need a really good machine for running these kind of tools. So just wanted to give you a gist of how and why these things are important. So let me show you the 5-minute chart, and it looks like we have broken the range, and it's a really good shorting opportunity for 5 points. So let me see if I can grab some good 5 points trade. So let me see. So right now it is holding the VWAP pretty well. And right now the sell-off is also good in terms of delta. So it's holding the delta very well as well. So I'm thinking of where should I go short. Let's see, it's holding the ranges very well, so I'm kind of skeptical. Okay, so here's what I can do. I can take a shot at 22. Let's see if I can get filled. Yeah, or 24 is also good, but let's see. Because at this point it is holding the median line very easily, so and it wouldn't be a bad idea as well to go long for 5 points, but I'm just searching for a nice opportunity and just reacting to the 5-minute chart over here. So because the bearish crossover has not yet happened, I think it will happen in the next candle. So let's see if this is an overreaction or not. So we are approaching 22,100 psychological level. So that psychological level also would bring a really good long opportunity. So I'm just searching to track where should I go long. So let me see. And obviously we are forming, big wicks in the last candle as well. So let's see if I can take a really good small trade. Okay, looks like it wants to go up. So here's what I am planning to do. I'm planning to go long around 6 if I can, if I get the position filled. So let's see. Doesn't look like it. Then I'll put my limit order on 12 for long position. Let's see what happens. I just want to grab 5 points since a lot of big wicks is forming, so I don't anticipate a heavy sell-off as of the moment. So okay, so I got filled at 12 and I will keep my limit order at 17.25. So let's see how well it plays out. So right now I'm in the position, my price is 112 and my target order is set at $100 profit, $105 profit at 17. So let's see how well it goes. If we get consecutive closes below the median line, then that would be negating my thesis, so I will need to get out. But I think we should get a good bounce, at least of 5 points. So that's my thesis. Let's see if we can get it. So this will be the first close below the median line, and I'm just waiting for confirmation. So right now marginally in the money. Okay, perfect. So it got executed. So we got our 5 points. So this was our 4th trade since the morning. And so let me show you the reason why I took this trade and how it played out. So over here you can see that this was the 4th trade. I went long at 112 and I got out at 117.25, essentially for 5.25 points, right? So this was my fourth trade, and let me show you why did I take it, right? So over here you can see that we were making long wicks, right? Over here reasonable, over here very long wick, over here very long wick, right? So the thing is, the buying pressure was present as it is evident from the long wicks. Now the question is, and we didn't get the bearish crossover as well. So if you see the EMA, the 5-day EMA and the 26-day EMA, it didn't give us a crossover yet, right? So we don't have a crossover. We have approached the median line. So I was searching for a good entry price. So I was able to capture the price at 112, right? And I was just hoping for 5 points, right? So it tested the VWAP, near the VWAP, and now it's going up like crazy, but I am out of the position, right? I captured my 5 points, I did my job, and that is why, this is what was going on in my mind. Also, I want to show you this. So when I was in trade, you can see that the delta is holding up fairly well. Over here, this was a big doji candle, right? I hope you know what is doji candle, but this was a doji candle, right? So what does it signify? It signifies that there is a heavy indecision in the markets. So if you have a doji candle, neither side, like bulls or bears, nobody is dominant. That is what it says, right? So I saw that there is no huge risk on the downside, right? So that is why I took the long position, right? And that is why, you can see over here I got out at 5 points, and yeah, essentially I just netted 5 points. And you can see over here as well, like over here I have drawn this zone over here, and it is just, since we lost this zone, the very next probable level or zone was this, the median line that we have drawn since the start of the session. So this is exactly what was going on in my mind when I took this trade. So I hope it provides great value to you guys, and in your thinking process, and in your inference process, because all of us have the same chart, right? But why only some of us succeed? It's because the approach and the information inference is different of all the traders. So that's where I'm coming from. So this was fourth trade of the day, and all the trades today were scalp trades. So that means quick in and quick out within 5 or 10 points. But today I just did 5 points trade all the days. So yep, that was the rationale. And yeah, let's go back to the charts and see if we have any good opportunities. So far we are just in the 15-minute range. We are just chopping around sideways. The journey is very, very tight today, like from 158 to almost 22,000. So it's like very, very tight trading session today. So in these kind of tight trading session environments, the best thing that you can do is take small trades, one trade at a time, getting out early, booking the profits. These are one of the best habits that we can develop as traders, right? So yeah, and now you can see that it's going crazily up. So this is the exact chop fest that I was talking about. So you can see over here, right, we are just chopping around, going down but not too much, going up but not too much. So we are just holding on to the range. So really, I'm happy that I was able to capture 4 trades, all of those trades at 5 points. So yeah, ideally to be really honest with you, rather than draining the mental capital, rather than wasting time, ideally we should be done over here. The reason why I'm saying this is because the longer you stick around and the longer you see that the markets is doing nothing, just going sideways, you will not get a quality setup. And if you don't get a quality setup, then that will force you to take FOMO trades and take unnecessary trades. So that is the last thing that I want, to take unnecessary trades. So that's not what we want. So the best course of action is to maintain that psychological discipline. Just get away from the screen. So you can see over here, like it's almost 7:50, so 1.5 hours from the opening bell. And since we have taken 4 trades, all the trades successful, 4 trades, and now since the market is going nowhere, it is only range bound and just chopping around in the first 15-minute range. Since I'm not finding quality setups as of now, that is why I'm thinking of closing and the day and having a good weekend. The reason is and this is very important. Like, you have to know when to press the brake. So yeah, so before I close the stream, I would just like to thank you all for viewing, and also I would like to answer any thoughts, any questions, any concerns, so that I can address before closing the stream. So for the one last time, just want to show you that this was the total of the day. When you cut all the commissions, it's $415. Very humble amount, no big deal, but very happy with the discipline that I was able to trade with. So evolving every day, learning every day, and yeah, that's the final thought. So I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Let me see if I have something in the chat, and if I don't, then I guess we can call it off the day. And I would wish the best of luck for your futures trading session. But yeah, right now I don't see a big really good value in trading right now. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from, and I would like to close the session now. So thank you all for viewing. I really appreciate your presence, and yeah, have a great day everyone, and have a great weekend. So stay tuned, and I will try to be as regular as I can, and I will try to do as many live streams as I can. So until next time, peace.